stats, and of course Augustana with the 14-6 lead and dominating the statistics as well.
Well, indeed they are, but statistics at this stage of the game really don't mean much. It's that big one on the board, I think, is what it's all about. But,
rushing yardage, of course, a big disparity there. 114 yards for the Vikings to only 10 for Central. Not much passing by either team in the way of yardage, but a big interesting statistic would be the penalties. 60 yards in penalties for Augustana. Central has not been penalized a single time. Augustana, though, still with the lead.
Certainly, Central has not been able to get untracked offensively, and that'll be a key. You know, an interesting point at the beginning of the ball game, Augustana won the toss and elected to take their choice the second half. I'll be anxious to see what they do.
Wonder if they'll take the wind or whether they'll elect to receive the ball. Of course, all the points that have been scored in the game have been with the wind. 2 touchdowns by Augustana and 2 field goals by Central. It's the 1984 NCAA Division III Football Championship, the Amos Alonzo Stagg Bowl, from Galbraith Field in Kings Mills, Ohio. The Central College of Iowa Flying Dutchman against the Augustana Vikings. And Dave Marr from Galbraith Field, where Augustana holds a 14-6 lead as we get ready for play in the second half. Augustana won the flip of the coin to start the game, and they elected to take the second half option, and they're going to take the football to begin here. And they have also given Central the win for the third quarter, but it means that as the game comes to its conclusion, Augustana will have the wind at its back. Remember, now all the points in the game have been scored by the team that has the wind at its back.
That is exactly right, and Augustana has opted to have that wind in the last quarter, so this is a crucial time, I think, for Central. They've got to hold them. They should have the field position, and they got to get their offense untracked.
Matt Schulte will kick it off for Central. Price and Velasquez are deep for Augustana. Price takes the kickoff on about his own 5-yard line, slips, regains his footing, cuts outside of the 20, 25, and knocked out of bounds just across the 30-yard line. Another good return by Brad Price.
They've done it all year long. It's amazing. They do a good job of blocking, but it's amazing when those 2 backs find the opening. They have lightning speed, and they really turn it on.
So Augustana will have it 1st and 10 from their own 33-yard line. Greg King, the center. Tom Holstrom and Tony Johnston, the guards. Jeff Widdop and Steve Sanders are the tackles. Singbush is the tight end. McGee, wide receiver. Bednar, 2 of 3 this afternoon. He's the quarterback. Bednar gives it to the second man through, Nelson. Nelson, who has scored the only 2 touchdowns in the game, fights forward to the 35-yard line, a gain of about 2.
Again, they're leading with the halfback inside, and then the fullback running it right off tackle. Once again, we've got good defensive pressure on this side, gain of about, 2 yards.
Nelson has scored the 2 touchdowns on runs of 44 yards and 2 yards. John Guerreri just now entering the Augustana huddle with the play. Second down, 7 yards to go for the Vikings. The ball just shy of their own 35-yard line. 2 tight ends in the formation, a wing to the right. And again, they give the ball to Nelson. Comes across the 35, fights for a gain of about 3 yards. It'll be 3rd down coming up for the Vikings. Again, Nelson supplying the bulk of the Augustana rushing offense this afternoon.
Number 98. They're trying that tight end side. Once again, they got stiff resistance over there.
7-yard line. There are the numbers for Ron Nelson. He's gained 82 yards, closing in on 100 with the 14 carries thus far in the opening minutes of the third quarter.
Much easier to run straight ahead and off tackle than it is to go from side to side or east to west. They're having quite a bit of trouble with their footing.
And they're right now entering the muddiest part of the field, right at midfield. 3rd down and 5, and penalties fly everywhere as we have movement.
Looked like Rich Thomas, the nose, number 67, jumped. I'm not sure, but it looked like he jumped.
See whether he's ruled offside or whether he was drawn off.
Encroachment on the defense.
encroachment on the defense, so it'll be a 5-yard penalty against Central of Iowa, and that'll put them up close to the first down. Let's see where they spot the ball. And referee Larry Glass taking a pretty good eyeball look at it. There aren't any individual yard stripes on this field, and
it is tough for us to spot, isn't it?
It is indeed, and they're going to have to measure it. It's going to be close enough to measure to see if the penalty gave Augustana the first down. So the official timeout, and the chain will come in from the sideline. Augustana, through the season, has averaged nearly 5 yards per rush. They had 36 rushing touchdowns, 8 passing touchdowns, scored 347 points. Here's the placement of the ball. The chain is stretched out, and it will be short of the first down.
About a yard short.
Yeah, about just a little less than a yard short. So it'll be a 3rd down play with less than a yard for a first down for Augustana.
Playing for the national championship, these penalties are just crucial. That was the first one against Central.
You see that Augustana has been whistled for 60 yards worth of penalties. Less than a yard to go for the first down, and the ball is about the 42-yard line of Augustana.
An interesting formation. They're unbalanced to this side, yet the backs are set to the other side. Fullback again.
Fullback Nelson fighting forward. Tough yardage in there in the center of the Central line. And they'll unscramble the bodies and see whether he got enough for the first down or not. It's going to be close.
Yeah, if he didn't get it, he's very, very close.
They're going to have to measure again, I believe.
Timeout on the field for a measurement.
Mark Canuck down at the bottom of the stack. Watch the center slip as he goes to make his block. You see his foot just sliding out from under him as he tried to get in position to make his block, as Nelson had the carrier right up the center and being hit pretty hard there by a host of white-shirted defenders. Scott Fraley even in from his free safety spot to jump on Nelson. Again, they'll measure it. This is crucial measurement here for the Augustana drive. The chains are stretched out, and it is still just inches short.
Yeah, just an inch.
Just inches short.
It's tough enough to block Rich Thomas as it is, the 67, the nose, without your feet going out from underneath you. I'm very, very impressed with number 21, Scott Fraley.
He's played an outstanding game, has an interception and a fumble recovery as well. No, an almost interception, excuse me. In that the first half, wasn't able to control it before it went out of bounds. Well, now in the first half, you'll recall Augustana had 2 4th down situations, 4th and 2, and they went for it on each occasion. On the first one, Nelson broke loose for a 44-yard touchdown, and they converted on the second one as well and went on to score a touchdown. So 4th down plays were crucial to their 2 touchdowns today with the ball still in his own territory. Let's see if Coach Reed will go for the 4th down play here.
I'll tell you what, I think this is the reason I got out of coaching. I don't like to call plays like this.
And they had broken the huddle, and now Kirk Bednar calls them back. Said, let's go back again. Evidently, they're going to go for it. 4th down and about an inch.
Well, they'll probably go to the fullback. The other play I like in this kind of a situation is the quarterback sneak because of the footing.
4th down and inches in the 3rd quarter. Augustana leading 14-6. Bednar, the quarterback, is they're going to go for it. Motion, give to Nelson. He's got it.
Went to their bread and butter, man. No question about it.
Ron Nelson is the bread and butter, the 5'10 senior. Carries the ball up for the first down, just shy of the Augustana 45-yard line.
That's a big first down. That's a key possession, too, because talking about that win, they just about moved that thing out to midfield, and when they punt the ball, if they have to punt it, Central's not going to have the field position that they had anticipated.
So 3 times today, Augustana has gone for it on a 4th down situation, and 3 times they have made it. Once for a touchdown. 1st and 10 play here. Bednar gives it in there to Nelson, and Nelson breaks the tackle at the line of scrimmage and fights forward for a gain of about 10 yards. It'll be an 11-yard gain on the play and a first down for Augustana.
He's close to over 100 yards, I imagine. He's a very impressive back.
Down to the Central 44-yard line, gain of 11. Watch it again from the end zone position.
Look at that blocking. Look at that surge by the offensive line.
Nelson finally tackled, but not before he was able to gain first down yardage. He's up to 95 yards on the afternoon. Again, rapidly closing in on 100 as we look at another sustained Augustana drive here. Pitch to Price, trying to sweep the right side. Breaks away from one tackler, flags down, stopped behind the line for a loss on the play. Coming up to make the final hit, Jody Bandy put the stop on him from a quarterback position.
44, Scotty Lindell, I think, really created the problem by bumping that play wide. Then the pursuit got him.
Flag on the play and apparently illegal motion against Augustana. So it looks like a 5-yard penalty coming up against the Vikings here.
Illegal motion on Augustana.
I missed that. They get off the ball so fast and everything happens through such a quick fashion.
Illegal motion on the offense. Penalty declined. Second down.
So with a loss on the play of 3 yards, Central declines the penalty. It'll be second down and 13 now for Augustana. John Guerreri comes in with the play for the Vikings.
7-yard line.
Yeah, better footing into the short side of the field. I wouldn't be surprised if they ran something to the offense's right.
Ball is on the Central 47-yard line, second and 13 for the Vikings. 2 tight ends, motion to the wingman.
Pass.
Fake to Nelson, Bednar to pass, comes up short. Coming back and making a diving attempt at the ball was Singbush, who has caught the only 2 passes that Augustana has completed today. But Bednar a little bit short on his pass. Singbush unable to get back to make the reception. It'll be 3rd and 13.
That's one of their favorite passes. They fake the inside belly and that back coming across and then try to get the tight end on the flag pattern. He was the most valuable player in last year's Stagg Bowl. He's a fine receiver.
Leading receiver on the season for Augustana, although he only had 25 catches. They just don't put it up too often. 64 times coming into today's game. 3rd and 13. Bednar will pass again. Rolling now to his left, and Pollard tried to dump it off to Price. It'll be an incomplete pass. He was collared by that man, Dave Beckwith, who again is playing outstanding football from his defensive tackle position. He supplied the pressure. Bednar tried to dump it off to Price, came up short, and the Vikings will have to punt.
I think it was a good move by the quarterback just to get rid of the football, but once again, the best pass defense you've got is that rush, and both teams have done an excellent job in that.
So John Layton will have to punt into that wind, although he has better field position this time than he had on his first 2 attempts into the wind. There's Layton getting set. He'll kick it from about his own 40.
They're going after it again.
Clayburg is deep. Fraley blocked a punt earlier today, but Layton gets this one off. Fair catch called for, but not taken. I don't think they gave him enough room to make the fair catch.
It looked to me as though it hit an Augustana player. I'm not sure that it touched the safety man at all.
Well, flags went down. Clayburg signaled for the fair catch, but never was able to make it. And it could be that they didn't give him the required 2 yards in order to field the ball.
There's no question about that.
Let's see what happens here as we watch the replay. A ball coming down.
Definitely too close, but it comes down and hits 51 right on the head. And so that is a penalty against Augustana.
Tom Billups hit by the football on the helmet, and the flag's flying, and the officiating crew sorting things out. Let's listen here to the ruling. Having a little discussion with some of the Augustana players. Coach Skipper on the Central sideline also wants an explanation. He looks pretty pleased about what's going to transpire here.
See if we can get this.
There's interference against Augustana, so they did not give him enough room to field the punt.
Right.
And the penalty will be against the Vikings. Options being discussed now. Augustana having to punt into the wind with 11:24 to play in the 3rd quarter, and the Vikings of Augustana leading 14-6.
I don't know whether they have the choice to take that ball where it is, or whether I'm not sure of this ruling.
Well, apparently the officials are not either.
It looks that way.
We're going to get it sorted out here in a moment. It's going to be Central's football, and they haven't marked off any yardage yet. They're moving the ball back to where it hit.
So that's a touch.
It's just ruled by. It's just ruled touchdown by the Augustana player, I guess. When it hit Billups on the head, perhaps they're ruling it dead at that point.
Yes, but he didn't down it. He didn't down it. The
We have
touch was there.
interference with the opportunity on the kicking team. First down going that way.
All right, well, that's what we thought then. It was interference. They didn't allow him 2 yards to field the ball, but they haven't stepped off any yardage yet. I guess they're getting ready to now. There's the spot of the foul. Just over the 20-yard line of Central, and now the 15-yard penalty. Well, it's going to be a 5-yard penalty, excuse me. 5-yard penalty, interference. Interfering with the opportunity to field the punt, so after the delay and the discussion, it works out to be a 5 additional yards for Central. They'll put the ball in play.
Double tights and putting their formation into the short side of the field.
Coos is the quarterback. Tom Coos, the 5'11 junior. Ball just over the 30-yard line of Central. Give to the fullback. Coming up is Clayburg with a short gain on the play.
Clayburg came out of his tailback stance and just slipped right now.
Was to the tailback Clayburg instead of the fullback Coffey. Clayburg with the carry. Gain a yard. It'll be 2nd and 9.
Second down, 9.
You saw the first half statistics, and so far, Central has not been able to get much on the ground against that tough Augustana defense. Here are the numbers on Coos for the day. Only 1 completion in 5 attempts for 18 yards. Did throw an interception. Coos is back to pass this time. Gets some pressure. Completes the pass.
He's gone.
Wide open. This is Boning. Boning to the 20. And they're calling him out of bounds, back up at about midfield. Boning was all the way down, almost to the 15-yard line, but he's going to be ruled out of bounds at the 50, about the 49 of Central. Well, that'll nullify a long gain.
He was out of bounds. He wasn't out of bounds. Of course he was. The official was right there, but I don't think he was out of bounds by more than an inch.
See if we can see it on the replay. Here's Boning.
Just couldn't keep his footing. I don't see it. Oh, it's so close I can't see it.
Well, you know, the out-of-bounds line is chewed up over on that side of the field, and if it comes right to that AstroTurf patch where the bench is, he may not have been out of bounds. But they ruled him out of bounds, the ball just an inch shy of the 50-yard line. So Boning's reception could have been for a big gainer. It will be a Central first down. Coos gives for a short gain to Coffey.
They're still trying that outside veer. They're blocking down with their tight end and reading whether to give it to the fullback or keep it, depending upon what the defensive end does.
Mark Coffey got a gain of a yard on the play. It'll be 2nd down, 9 yards to go as the ball comes into Augustana territory.
2nd down, 9.
The previous play, the Augustana defender gabbed him for the interception. He didn't make it, and I thought it was going to be 6, but of course he stepped out of bounds anyway.
High formation in the backfield, wide receivers to either side. 2nd down, 9 yards to go for Central. Clayburg hit right at the line of scrimmage and stopped in his tracks.
That's a big leg hit by 39.
Mark Long made the hit. He met him right at the line of scrimmage and knocked Clayburg down to the ground, and Clayburg a little slow getting up. Leading ground gainer for Central, met by Mark Long right at the line of scrimmage. 6'2", 210-pound junior. Watch the hit.
Right there. That's the way you want to hit him. That's a great tackle.
One of those hits that echoed throughout the stadium. Mark Long coming from his strong safety position to make the stop.
Big play, D, come on now.
It'll be 3rd down, 10 yards to go, loss of a yard on the play. Clayburg has gone to the sideline a little shaken up. He's replaced by Steve Broadway, number 13, a 5'8 senior, weighs 160 pounds.
They've gone to split backs. I expect them to drop straight back, which they do. A little hitch.
Completes the ball out on the flat to Matt Schulte. He's taken out of bounds shy of 1st down yardage. Schulte driven out of bounds at about the 44-yard line of Augustana. It'll be 4th down.
You know, really, this would be a big key punt. If we could, if they could punt that thing down there and get them down in there tight, boy, make a good defensive stance, then they'd have that great field position that they're looking for.
Velasquez and Price are deep for Augustana. And Grenko will punt it for Central. You see, he's averaged only 28 today. Kicking with a wind here. Tries to angle it out of bounds. Taken. And it is Velasquez looking for some running room. Reverses his field and then finally dragged down for a loss on the play.
21.
Gave up some yardage there and will be taken down at about his own 11-yard line. So Augustana will put it in play from their own 11, leading 14-6. Timeout. We'll be back in just a moment.
Choosing a practical Christmas gift can be an overwhelming experience for anyone. So make the choice easier by stopping in a True Value hardware store first. Ironing will be less of a chore with the West Bend cordless iron. This GE Spacemaker can opener saves valuable counter space. And any cook will appreciate the convenience of a Toastmaster 4-slice toaster or the versatility of this Hamilton Beach food processor from participating True Value hardware stores and home centers.
A little of this, touch of that.
None of that. Lots of this. Some more of this?
At Duff's Smorgasbord restaurants, you choose just what you want and how much you want. If you don't get it right the first time, go back for seconds. No matter what or how much you choose, you always pay the same affordable price.
Lots and lots of this.
Not so much of that.
Duff's Smorgasbord restaurant.
You've never had so many choices for so little.
That's the score. Augustana on top, 14-6. 9 minutes, 9 seconds to play in the third quarter. Augustana puts the ball in play from their own 11-yard line. And with the 14-6 lead. Bednar. Oh, big hole in there for Price. It is Brad Price that carries, and he had a lot of running room in there. He's able to come up for a first down. Watch it from the end zone. You'll see great blocking up front by Augustana.
Fullback went left, halfback went right. Tackle came down inside, made a good block, and he almost broke it.
Price just blew through the big hole there. Was able to come up for a first down. Took it from the 11 all the way up to the 25-yard line.
It's a big, big play.
14-yard gain on the play. First and 10 for Augustana. Bednar perhaps changing the play at the line of scrimmage, changes formation.
They're in unbalanced to the right, pop the fullback.
And it is Nelson. Nelson finally dragged down, but again, they came to the same right side, found another big hole, and Nelson brings it all the way up to the 45-yard line.
He's a fine player, but watch the blocking up front. There's the handoff, makes a shallow cut, levels off those shoulders to the goal line, and he just runs.
Ron Nelson has gone over the 100-yard mark this afternoon. Again, look at the blocking up front by the Augustana offensive line.
It's a trap. Center block back side. Left guard pulled the trap. Excellent execution.
Ball at the Augustana 45 now. First and 10. He's gained 114 yards, has Ron Nelson. 18 carries, 114 yards, and 2 touchdowns. This is Price. Price into a central territory across midfield and down to about the 48-yard line.
Augustana's been impressive. They've got the momentum going. That was just simply a power-off tackle.
This is a vintage Augustana drive as they are gaining huge chunks on the ground with that powerful offensive line opening the holes for Nelson and Price.
You know, during the course of the season, Augustana's had a tendency to wear teams down. On this drive, it looks like they're wearing Central down a little bit. Someone's got to make something happen on the defensive side of the ball.
Gain of 6 on the last play. It'll be 2nd and 4 for Augustana. Again, Bednar changing his formation as he calls his signals. There's the snap. He gives it to Nelson. He spun his wheels a little bit as he got started, but still able to come up for a first down, I believe. It'll be across the 40-yard line or the 45 of Central.
In that particular play, it was nothing more than the fullback popped right up the middle. The offensive line of Augustana just coming right off, locking up with the defense, and letting that fullback run to the right or the left.
They're going to measure to see if Nelson got the first down. It's right at the Central 45-yard line. Wind has died down a little bit now. 7:21 remaining in the third quarter. No score yet in the second half. Augustana driving. They started this drive back on their own 11-yard line. Looking here for a first down as they set the chains down to measure. And it will be a first down for Augustana. So the drive continues. First and 10 from the Central 45. Rushing yardage for the day. Augustana grinding out 200 yards now. And on the other hand, holding Central to only 52 thus far.
#1 rushing offense in the country. Very impressive. They're doing what they do best.
Bednar has a wing right formation with 2 tight ends. This is Nelson. No, it's Price. Price comes up for a gain of about 2 or 3.
They defended that very well, but you know what impressed me on that play? Nelson does such a good job of running inside when he has the ball. When he doesn't have the ball, he runs just as hard or harder.
Give him a gain of 2 on the play and make it 2nd and 8 now for Augustana. John Guerreri, Mike McGee shuttling the plays back in every time from the Augustana sideline. Guerreri is in there now. This has been a sustained drive all on the ground. Not a pass attempted in this drive, which began at the Augustana 11. This is Price again. Price gains another 3 or 4 yards down to the 40-yard line of Central.
Take the fullback going left and the halfback countered to the right.
Well, this is especially what Coach Bob Reed likes to see, Dave, as they grind it out, eating up clock. They're protecting that 14-6 lead. They've got the wind coming in their favor in the 4th quarter. He couldn't ask for a much better drive than this.
That's exactly right. His kids are doing just exactly what he wants them to do. And once again, we got to get that ball back on defense for Central.
Crucial play for the drive coming up here. 3rd and 5 at Galbraith Field for Augustana. On the option, the pitch comes back to Velasquez, and he is topped down for a loss on the play, or maybe he did get back to the line of scrimmage just barely. George Velasquez with a carry, and it'll be a 4th down situation.
Did an excellent job, Central did, of stringing that play out. It was well defended. You notice again the problems that the ball carriers have once they start to run wide, trying to come back to the inside.
3 times today, Augustana has gone for it on 4th down, making it all 3 times, but not this time with a 4th and 7 situation. They'll instead punt the ball away. Leighton is in to punt.
They're going to come at him again, I believe.
Clayberg is deep. He's the only man back deep as 10 men come after the ball. Leighton shanks it a little bit, but it'll go out of bounds at about the 16-yard line. He didn't want to kick it into the end zone. He wanted to get it out of bounds if he could, and it does roll out of bounds and marked at the 16-yard line of Central, where the Flying Dutchman will put it in play. We've got a timeout with the score. Augustana 14, Central of Iowa 6.
United Airlines is the largest airline in the free world with over 235 daily flights out of our Chicago hub. MVA is United's partner in travel, providing frequent service and convenient connections from all the Midwestern cities we serve. Your reservation or travel agent can get you where you're going for less with MVA and United's low joint fares. United and Mississippi Valley Airlines, we're partners in travel.
This is a Pella sunroom. It can take your home from dull to dramatic, from dark to light. The Pella sunroom is for relaxing, for having fun. It'll make a significant difference in the way you live. Breakfast won't be just routine anymore. Entertaining will have a new flair. Any activity or inactivity will take on a new dimension. There's a Pella sunroom for you at your Pella Planning Center. In the Quad Cities, see Pella Window Company, 513 31st Avenue, Rock Island.
Well, the Augustana fans whooping it up over on the home side of the field here as their team leads 14-6. They just had a good drive going. It began on their own 11. It stalled at about the 40, but they put Central in a hole here now with 4:51 to play in the 3rd quarter. 1st and 10 from the 16.
Good backs again.
Cruz is the quarterback, wide receiver to his right. The pitch to Coffey. Coffey fighting for yardage, comes up to the 20. Gain of about 5 yards on the play. Good run that time by Mark Coffey.
That's a good job. That's as good a thrust as they've had.
Matt Clayberg was shaken up a little earlier, but he's back in the game. Brett Clayberg, the leading rusher on the season for Central with over 800 yards. You remember he had to leave, but he's back in the lineup now in his tailback spot. Split backs this time.
I knew he'd be back in there. He's a tough kid.
2nd and 6, a gain of 4 on the last play for Coffey. Long count by Coos. Has the snap, pitch to Clayberg. Looks for a block, fights his way for yardage. Comes up shy of the 25-yard line. They'll give a gain to about the 23. It'll be about 2 yards shy of 1st down territory.
Stop on the play by number 92, Phil Hagan.
It's a big play for them. It'd be interesting to see what they do. I wouldn't be surprised if they repeated that play.
Hagan with a stop for Augustana. It'll be 3rd down and 2 yards to go. Clock ticking away with 3:44 showing in the 3rd quarter. No points on the board yet in the second half for either team. 14-6, Augustana leads it. Tom Cruise, the quarterback, switching positions. They go to the I formation now. Clayberg, the tailback, gets the pitch, looks for a block. They stack it up over on that side and stop him after a short gain. I believe it's going to be short of the first down, but close.
Very
See
close.
where they mark it. Only needed a couple for the first down, and it's going to be close enough that they're going to have to measure it.
The official spot, all important, as always.
So a crucial measurement coming up here for Central. They need the first down to keep the drive alive. If it's fourth down, since they're deep in their own territory, they'd have to punt it away, even though they're not going to be short by much, if at all.
The thing that's so impressive, once again, with Augustana's defense, they're strong inside with their nose and their two tackles, but their ends or their outside backers or their inside backers have great movement, and they really fly to the ball, as do their defensive backs.
And it is going to be just a few inches short. So Grenko and the punting team come on, and they'll kick it away with the wind in their favor. It's died down a little bit, not as brisk as it was in the first half, but still a pretty good wind in favor of Central here, and Grenko will kick into it.
This is the smart play with the wind.
So Grenko kicks with the wind.
Number 40, Norm Singbush.
Singbush is deep this time for Augustana. We haven't seen him deep yet. Kassep is also deep. Singbush signals and takes a fair catch on his own 44-yard line. So Singbush with a fair catch, and Augustana with good field position. They'll have it 1st and 10 from their own 44. Timeout with Augustana leading 14-6.
Here's amazing news from Roto-Rooter. It doesn't matter who you call the second a drain stops working. But every second later, it matters plenty. If you call Roto-Rooter, you get a radio dispatch truck fast. If you call them, you get a trained expert fast. If you call them, you get results fast. If you don't, you don't.
Call Roto-Rooter, that's the name. There's a main one.
Come with us as we remember radio.
Well, it's a little like an attack of chills and fever, only nicer.
When comedy was comedy and everyone was glad of it.
Now get this, folks. It's the crux of the whole program.
WOC News Talk 14 brings them back from 6:05 to 7 p.m. weeknights.
Sure, you're pulling me leg, are you now?
Hear all the comedy greats just as you remember them.
You look fine. Very natural.
Weeknights, 6:05 to 7 on WOC News Talk 14.
That's the score with 3:05 left in the third quarter. Augustana on top, 14-6.
When the Augie fans get going, the Central fans get going, all 11 buses of them.
Each school well represented with the fans here today at Kings Mills, Ohio. 1st and 10, Augustana from the Viking 44-yard line. Gives straight ahead. It is Nelson that carries again. Nelson gets a couple of tough yards. They'll mark it at the 47. Gain of about 3 on the play. It'll be 2nd and 7 for the Vikings.
2nd down 7.
Rich Thomas, the nose guard, making the stop for Central.
I guessed wrong the last time, but it looks like they've got a little better footing to their right than out here in this mud.
They're right in the center of that mud puddle at midfield. Bednar keep. He faked it to the first man through, kept it on the option play, struggled forward and got to midfield.
It's another form of the counter play. Fakes the fullback to the left, try to get the defense over pursuing, then keeping it and go back to the weak side.
Rich Thomas with a tackle again for Central with an assist from Dave Gray. It'll be 3rd down, 4 yards to go. See if we can add up. I think the ball is just into Central territory. 30, 40, yes. It's just on the 49-yard line of the Flying Dutchman. 3rd and 4 with less than 2 minutes to play in the third quarter, and Augustana holding a 14-6 lead.
Pass.
Bednar rolls out, shoots it downfield, complete to Singbush. Singbush takes the reception and has a first down inside the Central 40-yard line.
Very, very well executed play. Faked the inside belly. The left-hander came out and put it right on the money. Singbush doesn't miss very many.
He has caught the only passes that have been completed today by Augustana. You see Bednar rolling out to his left. Easier for the left-hander to make that throw. Singbush with a nice reception goes out of bounds after getting the first down.
Here it is. Here's the fake. Inside. Back comes across. Left-hander rolls out. Bednar rolls out. Nice stretch by the receiver. He's trying to stay in bounds. He's a player.
From the 39, first down for Augustana. Taking the handoff is Nelson up to the 35-yard line. A gain of about 4 on the play as Augustana begins to grind it out now in the closing stages of the third quarter with a minute and a half showing on the clock.
I don't know about you, but, you know, you just feel a difference in momentum now. You just feel that Augustana is getting a little stronger, and they're mixing it up a little better, and their offensive line is controlling things. Someone's got to make something happen on that defensive side of the ball. That's the way I always felt on the sideline.
Brad Havran with a stop for Central. It appeared that Central had the momentum just before halftime, but here thus far in the second half, it's been Augustana controlling the action, even though there are no points on the scoreboard for them this half. Again, they try right up the middle, the center of that line. It's Nelson again on the carry, already well over 100 yards on the day, and totes the pigskin down to about the 30-yard line of Central, just shy about 2 yards of first down yardage. Now only 42 seconds left in the third quarter. Third down, 2 yards to go for the first down at the 30 of Central.
I think you'll see more of the same. Why change?
Bednar calling his signals. He has 2 tight ends.
There he goes.
Gives it again to Nelson. Nelson again has the first down. Ron Nelson comes up for another first down. He's having a tremendous game and scored the only 2 touchdowns in the contest, one on a 44-yard breakaway run. Here he is doing what he does best, grounding out the tough yardage.
Right at you. Right at you. I'll tell you what, those 2 guards up front are doing a great job of blocking along with the tackles. Tony Johnston and Tom Holmstrom, they're opening up some holes.
133 yards on the day now for Ron Nelson. First and 10 as the clock ticks down for the closing seconds of the third quarter. We won't get another play off. That's the end of the third quarter of play with a score, Augustana 14, Central College of Iowa 6.
This is a Pella sunroom. It can take your home from dull to dramatic, from dark to light. The Pella sunroom is for relaxing, for having fun. It'll make a significant difference in the way you live. Breakfast won't be just routine anymore. Entertaining will have a new flair. Any activity or inactivity will take on a new dimension. There's a Pella sunroom for you at your Pella Planning Center. In the Quad Cities, see Pella Window Company, 513 31st Avenue, Rock Island.
A successful airline has got to have connections, timely connections to major carriers. MVA schedules are designed to begin your trip here in your city and conveniently connect you to your final destination. United Airlines alone has over 235 daily flights out of our Chicago hub. MVA and United check our low joint fares. United and Mississippi Valley Airlines are partners in travel.
Fourth quarter ready to unfold now. Augustana leading at 14-6. They'll have a first down in Central Territory with the ball marked on the 26-yard line.
Tell you, these guys up front, Widdop, Johnson, King, Holmstrom, Sanders, they're going right at them. They're doing a great job.
Kirk Bednar, the quarterback, the 6-foot sophomore, hands it off again. Again, the inside running play for Augustana that has been so successful today. Price carries it. Not much there this time, though, as the center of the Central defense comes up to make the stop. Havran was in there. Rich Thomas was there as well.
Yeah, they defended that, you know, very well, and still, what they gained? 3 yards?
Give him a gain of 3 on the play. 2nd and 7 now for the Vikings of Augustana. Here are the third quarter statistics, and Augustana continues to pile up the big advantage in the yardage situation. 194 on the ground to only 20 for Central. Total yardage 232 for the Vikings, only 61 for the Flying Dutchman. Here's one of the big workhorses. This is Nelson. Nelson breaking tackles all the way down inside the 10.
Oh, he's a north-south runner. He's a bulldog.
Ron Nelson having a big afternoon at the expense of Central of Iowa. gets another Viking first down and marks it inside the 10-yard line. 147 yards on the day.
What a runner. Look at him pop it. Now watch the back come inside and help. He's got a good hole, but watch him level off. He's heading to the goal line. He doesn't want to go down. Took 2 to do it.
It'll be first and goal for Augustana from the central 9-yard line. We've just begun the fourth quarter, and Augustana threatening to put some further distance between themselves and Central. That time they give it to Nelson, and not much there, perhaps a yard on the gain. The entire center of the Central defensive line coming up to make the stop. And down at the bottom of the stack, the nose guard, Rich Thomas, the 6'2", 220-pound junior from Eddyville, Iowa.
Well, that was good gang tackling on the part of Central.
Nelson was able to get a couple of yards. It'll be second and goal from the 7. Coming in with the play, Mike McGee, the freshman wide receiver, although he lines up as a tight end in most occasions and is a tight end in this situation on the right side. Singbush, tight end on the left side. Flags fly as Bednar pitches it back. Velasquez doesn't find much running room around the left side, but it looked like perhaps motion against Augustana. It could be a 5-yard penalty coming up.
Well, they tried to run that option play to the short side. The defensive end forced it deep. Are they going to get 5 here?
George Velasquez, the ball carrier. The penalty, illegal motion against Augustana. That'll step them back 5 yards and put the ball back beyond the 10-yard line, where it'll still be second and goal.
They have hurt themselves with penalties today.
Augustana by far the more penalized team in this afternoon's game, despite the fact that they have a 14-6 lead. There's the 5-yard walk-off, and here's the call.
Illegal motion on the offense, second down.
Second down and goal to go.
Second and goal, the ball now on the 12-yard line.
Now's the time that Central's got to hitch up their belt and stop this drive. They're very much in this football game, but they got to need the ball.
10th play of the drive coming up, second and goal from the 12. Guerreri into the game with the play and lines up as a tight end on the right side. There's that familiar wing right formation. Bednar, the quarterback, has the snap. Fakes is going to pass. Throws left, wide open, completing it down to the 1-yard line. They take it to the 1. Guerreri, who came in with the play, made the reception, lining up as a tight end on the right, coming across the field as Bednar rolled out and takes it all the way down to the 1-yard line.
Made the bootleg action, cross, faked, booted back to the weak side. Of course, he's a left-hander. Catches 34, coming across to the sideline, tucks it in, puts it away, tries to get in that goal line, but the pursuit finally catches him.
Well, they mark it now on about the 2.5 or perhaps 3-yard line, so it'll be third and goal from that spot. Third and goal from the 3 for Augustana. Big play coming up here.
This is tough on Central because of their size inside. I just think they'll go straight ahead, and they do.
The Nelson
what a great
right at the line of scrimmage.
Excuse me, I got excited. What a great surge on the part of the defense.
It was an exciting play, and coming up to make the big hit for Central was Jeff Blythe, the defensive end, along with Greg Stoll. Stoll 78 and Blythe 38, really putting the hit on Nelson, setting up a 4th down.
He really did. Blythe is only a sophomore. He's going to be a great football player.
Blythe 6'2", 195 and a sophomore. Stoll 6'2", 235 and a senior. All right, they're going to go for it on 4th down. Remember, they have been successful on 4th down conversions today. It was Guerreri that came in with the play. 4th and goal from the Central 2-yard line.
This has been their history.
Here's Bednar, the quarterback. Has the snap. It's Nelson. Power straight ahead. Touchdown. Surrounded by a knot of Central players, Ron Nelson kept the legs churning and ground his way into the end zone for the Augustana touchdown.
Why not, huh? Why not? Great call by the coach. Guy's been hot all day. Watch this surge by the line. Stopped it for a moment, but notice the pile going back. Notice the pile going into the end zone.
Ron Nelson just kept churning, took a whole stack of Central players into the end zone with him, his 3rd touchdown of the afternoon. Matt Krul now will attempt to add the extra point. He's had 1 block today. There's the snap, the hold. Krul's kick is up, and it is good. Cruel adds the extra point, and Augustana pads the lead. We've got a timeout with a score. Augustana 21, Central of Iowa 6.
John Deere built the first self-scouring steel plow in 1837, and the rest is history. Today, John Deere Insurance is building comprehensive insurance programs.
Insurance coverage provided by concerned professional agents. People in all walks of life call John Deere for automobile, business, life, and homeowners insurance. People have depended on John Deere for 147 years. From the Deere family to yours, our good name is the best insurance you can buy.
If you want action,
Oh, that tiger! Oh, that tiger!
comedy, romance, and big stars,
I don't care what you say. There's been a curse put on the show.
then join Kermit and all the Muppets on The Muppet Show, Sunday morning at 9:30.
21-6 now with 12 minutes, 9 seconds remaining in the football game. Augustana with the lead. There's the scoring drive, 55 yards in 12 plays as Layton kicks it off for the Vikings of Augustana. Whistle sounding on the field. I don't know what happened. Did you catch it, Dave?
No, I certainly did not.
Hagan returns the kickoff.
Hagan set sail with the kickoff return, but just as the ball was on its downward flight, the whistle was sounding. I don't know what happened.
You got me.
Inadvertent whistle, kick again.
Now we know.
Well, thank you.
It was an inadvertent whistle.
Well, I've seen some inadvertent flags. That's the first inadvertent whistle I've seen this season. But it does happen occasionally. So Layton will kick it again. Explaining it now on the sideline to Coach Skipper of Central. Coach Skipper has an amazing record, by the way. We touched on it earlier just a bit. He's been the head coach there for 24 years. He's never had a losing season. You see Ron Nelson's figures now, 153 yards and 3 touchdowns on the day for the senior from Augustana.
Been a mite busy, hasn't he?
He's been busy and he's been good.
That's exactly right. Both of the coaches I know personally, and they're just great coaches. They really are.
Well, their records prove it. Skipper has won 170 games, lost 49 and tied 3. And Reed has won 55 and lost 8. Both have won a national championship. Augustana's coach Reed last year, and Central's coach Skipper in 1974.
Nice strong kick to the 5.
Taking it to 5-yard line by Clayberg, who's coming upfield to the 20, 25 to the 30. Fights forward shy of the 35-yard line, but a good kick return by Clayberg.
That's a very impressive run. You can see why he's just been a great football player all year long.
Fred Clayberg, 5'10", 175-pound senior. The leading rusher on the season for Central and among the national leaders in punt returns. And as you saw, top kickoff returner as well. Pat Dale now has come in at quarterback for Central of Iowa. Dale played briefly in the first half in the closing stages. He's 6'1", 175 pounds, a senior from Cedar Rapids.
He's supposed to be a better passer, but they're going to have problems, I think, going into the win, although it has died down some.
Completed 32 of 76 passes this season for 480 yards and 4 touchdowns. Dale does put it up, comes up a little short on it, intended for shooting.
They went into a single back offense and put their strength and tried to flood this side. They had the receiver open. It was just a little short.
It'll be a 2nd and 10 situation. See if we can spot the ball for you. Again, it's in that muddy part, and it's just about on the 33-yard line of Central. Aaron Hinker is wide to the left. Schulte is wide to the right for Central. Here's Dale. Drops straight back to pass. Under pressure. Looks for someone and now taken down. Rich Baumgartner there to supply the hit. Baumgartner, 66 from a defensive end spot. Getting some help.
2 things. Pressure indeed. No one to throw the ball to. The Augustana defensive backs had him covered.
Carlton Beasley, the other defensive end, along with Baumgartner, squeezing in, pinching down on Dale for a loss of 9 yards on the play. It'll be 3rd down and 19 yards to go for Central. Ball all the way back now to the 24-yard line. Contact, And it appeared that Augustana was offside. Let's see if they were drawn off. Well, there was definitely some contact in there as one of the defensive linemen came across that neutral zone and made contact.
Looked like
Mike
Augustana
McGee, who is normally an offensive player, in there on the defense, if I caught the number right.
The dead ball fall. The call is offside on Augustana.
Watch the replay here, and you'll see McGee, who is one of the shuttle tight ends on the offense, playing in the defensive line and being called for the offside.
5-yard penalty, moves the ball.
We have encroachment on the defense. 3rd down.
9 penalties for 75 yards called against Augustana today, but it obviously hasn't hurt them too badly since they lead 21-6. Clock shows 11:07 to play. That's Coach Reed on the Augie sideline. 3rd and 14 now after the 5-yard penalty. Long count again by Dale. Back to pass, again pressure. And again, he'll be ruled in the grasp and the ball will be dead. And again, it's Baumgartner that comes up to make the big stop. Another sack for Rich Baumgartner, 6 foot, 185-pound junior from Naperville, Illinois.
Tough position for the quarterback to be in. The Augustana defense knows that they have to throw. They're just laying their ears back and coming. There's just much too much pressure.
And with a 4th down and 21, Grenko will have to punt into the wind. If you remember back to the first quarter, he had a lot of difficulty punting into the wind. He's averaged only 29 yards today. Grenko gets it away. It's a high kick, being held up a little bit by the wind. Fair catch signaled for and taken at just about the 47-yard line of Central. So it is a fair catch, and Augustana will go on offense. They'll have 1st and 10. In the meantime, we'll take a timeout. Singbush on the fair catch, and Augustana with a lead, 21-6. We'll be back.
A lot of companies have names that sound like Roto-Rooter. Well, they may sound like Roto-Rooter, but when you have a clogged line or drain, you're gonna find out something. They don't work like Roto-Rooter. So don't take chances. Call the real Roto-Rooter. We can clear any drain in the house in minutes.
Call Roto-Rooter, that's the name. There's no name one.
A little of this, touch of that.
None of that. Lots of this. Some more of this?
At Duff's Smorgasbord Restaurants, you choose just what you want and how much you want. If you don't get it right the first time, go back for seconds. No matter what or how much you choose, you always pay the same affordable price.
Lots and lots of this.
Not so much of that.
Duff's Smorgasbord Restaurant.
You've never had so many choices.
For so little.
Please stay off the field.
The Augustana Viking made the trip, and he's a happy Viking right now. You see the Augustana fans over on this side of the field, the Roger Bacon High School band from here in Cincinnati. Augustana takes over 1st and 10 with the ball on the Central 48-yard line. Here's the pitch. Comes back to Price. He slipped and his knee went down before he could really make his cut, and a flag goes down as well.
Just inside the 50-yard line, there is a flag on the play.
Price slipped down with a loss on the play, and we'll check now the penalty coming up.
You know, I want to mention, too, about the Augustana defense now that they're on the sideline. I've mentioned how strong they are inside, but Baumgartner and Woolridge at the ends are extremely active, and their linebackers, Wheeler and Scarpinato, I'm really impressed. They have great movement.
It's going to be a holding call against Augustana. They've been plagued with penalties today, but the damage not too severe as you look at the scoreboard, and a 21-6 Viking lead. I don't know if the Viking is mad over that penalty or what. He looks a little upset right at the moment. He's trying to rally his fans. They're going to decline the penalty after the loss on the play. So they'll decline it, mark it right back at midfield, a loss of a yard. It'll be 2nd and 11 coming up for Augustana. Guerreri comes in with a play. Kirk Bednar with 4 completions and 7 attempts for 47 yards. One of the completions to Guerreri, the other 3 to Singbush. Here's the give straight ahead. Fighting up there for yardage is Ron Nelson. Nelson gets a couple back to the original line of scrimmage and perhaps a yard more. It'll be 3rd and long for the Vikings.
Been in that mud for so long now, I'm not sure who made that tackle. Looked like the right linebacker.
3rd down 10.
Nelson with 155 yards to his credit now. Havran, I believe, on the stop for Central, and he's done a good job in there for them today as well.
All credit to Central's defense. They've just been out there too long. Just been out there too long.
Well, you said that Augustana has a history of wearing teams down in the latter stages of the game, and that's coming into play here now, I think. Bednar fumbled the ball as he took it back from Nelson, scrambled for it, and recovered by Central. Well, Bednar faked it to Nelson on the option. He tried to pull it back and either keep it or make the pitch, and just lost the handle. The ball bounced free, and pouncing on it was Central.
Big defensive play. Gives them an opportunity to get back into the ball game. Here it comes. You see the fake to the fullback. Pulls it out. It's coming down the line. Just dropped the football. Just didn't have control of it, I guess.
Ball still loose and scrambling around. I don't know who finally got on it. It may have been Tim Patterson. Central finally recovered it, and they'll take over in Augustana territory. Score 21-6 with 8:47 remaining, and Central needs points in a hurry. Pat Dale again is the quarterback. Came in on the last series. Dale under center. Wide receivers to either side. Straight back to pass. Looks like they're setting up a screen. And he throws it complete, but the guy was out of bounds on the sideline. Well, Dale went straight back. Looked like they were setting up a screen, and he threw it. I don't know what happened, but he threw it right to a man that was on the sideline that wasn't even in the game, and it wasn't even close to one of his receivers.
So I guess he just felt that he couldn't get it over the defensive rush. I thought it was setting up pretty well, really. I just don't think he could find his teammate. The screen was intended for.
Goes as an incomplete pass, and will be 2nd and 10 now for the Flying Dutchman. Matt Dale, senior quarterback, taking over from junior Tom Coos as they've gone to the must-pass situation. Dale drops back, completes this one to Schulte. Schulte dragged down short of the 1st down.
Well, I know he's trying to break a big one, but he lost a little yardage as he came back away from the catch. Good throw.
They'll mark it at about the 43-yard line. It'll be 3rd down for the Dutchman and about 4 yards to go. So only a short gain on the pass play. 3rd and 4 with the clock ticking away and in Augustana's favor. Now showing 8 minutes and 10 seconds. Here's Dale again under center for the 3rd down try. Again, straight back to pass.
Same play for the first
down. Again, they complete it. And this time a 1st down. This time on the reception was Darren Hinker. Is Hinker able to get the 1st down yard?
Just came off the ball, hooked up. Quarterback took a short drop and drilled it right in there. Very nicely done.
Hinker with his first reception. He's a 5'11", 170-pound junior from Kalmar, Iowa.
He looked it in and put it away.
1st and 10. Central driving at the Augustana 34. Augustana leads it 21-6. Dale again under center with wide receivers deployed to either side and split backs in the backfield. Again, he's back to pass. Pumps once, looks downfield and throws an interception right into the hands of the Augustana defensive man.
I believe it was Woolrich, the right end. Was it 55?
Woolrich was back in the coverage and makes the interception. So Robert Woolrich, 5'11" junior, 205-pounder from Evanston, comes up with the interception to kill the Central drive.
Well, that's one of those crazy things I don't think the quarterback even saw. See him on his drop. He faked the pump.
At their own 33-yard line.
He just stepped right up in there and
he did.
Took it away.
He was trying to get the ball again to Hinker, but really it wasn't even close. It was right into the hands of Woolrich. Woolrich made the reception for the turnover, and now Augustana has the offensive possession. Saw the turnovers. Central has turned it over 3 times now, 2 for Augustana.
That really hurts. That really hurts.
Augustana has a new quarterback in the game, Troy Becks, 6'3", 205-pound junior from Batavia. played for one play in the first half when Bednar was shaken up. But Bex is in the game now running the Augustana offense with 7 minutes, 10 seconds to play.
They could have taken that in to score. You know, things could have gotten very exciting.
Time running out on Central now, and I'm sure Augustana will try to grind it out as they have so well through most of the game today. Bex is the quarterback. This is the give pitch to Price. And Price gains 4 or 5 yards. He'll be spotted at about the 37-yard line.
Very nice defensive play by number 47, Dave Gray. Just kept his head up, kept his feet under, and made a super tackle.
Third down, 5 yards to go now as time ticks away. 6 minutes, 25 seconds showing, and a 21-6 Augustana lead. Bex again is the quarterback. Here's the pitch back to Price. Price trying to get the corner, turns upfield, across midfield into Central territory before he's finally taken out of bounds over there by Fraley.
Fraley came all the way across the field to make that play. He's a spunky player.
First down carry for Price. Fraley drives him out of bounds at the Central 49-yard line. Clock stops with 6:09 as Coach Reed sends the play in again from the Augustana sideline.
What an awesome running attack. I just marvel at it as a coach. They've just done a terrific job. The halfback rushes for about 1,000 yards. The fullback rushes for 1,000 yards. I don't know how many 29 has, but just a great, great rushing attack.
Here's the first down play, a fumble. Bex picks it up, tries to get something out of it. In fact, does get a couple of yards before he's knocked down. Was that a problem with the exchange from the center?
I think so. It looked like the quarterback maybe tried to pull out a little too soon. It's hard to say.
He did get a couple of yards on the play. He was finally taken to the turf, but not before he picked up a yard or two on the play. Mark Canuck made the stop.
Really is interesting, as we mentioned earlier, how they execute that with the quarterback's hands on top, then underneath, and bam, the ball's popped.
And of course, Bex just came into the game. They're in that muddy spot on the field now, about ankle deep in mud where the snow is melted. Bednar back in the game as the whistles sound. Either they didn't get it off in time or there was some preliminary movement. But after the fumble, Bex went out and Bednar replaced him. Whistles sounding, flags flying. It'll be illegal procedure against Augustana. So again, the penalty whistled against Augustana. Central has committed only one penalty today. Augustana's had a bushel of them. Now mark off 5 yards here.
Well, you can just sense it, can't you? We could, particularly in that third quarter when Central wasn't able to put together any offense.
Well, at halftime, it appeared the momentum had swung to Central of Iowa.
Illegal procedure on the offense.
As you hear the call of the penalty. But it's been all Augustana here in the second half. They've controlled the action. Their defense has been excellent. Their offense has scored a touchdown, and they have it here now. 2nd and 12 after the 5-yard penalty. The ball back into Augustana territory after 49. That's going to be 5 more against Augustana as a couple of their down linemen raised up, encroached, and it'll be another illegal procedure penalty, I'm sure.
Well, that's always hard to explain with someone that rushes the ball so well, but they get off the ball so well and come off, and they time that. Well, they're a little eager. Maybe they've lost a little concentration. It's hard to say.
Dave, it's an interesting way that they snap the ball. We talked about it some in the first half, and I understand that it's been Coach Reed's philosophy, his procedure all through his coaching career. He used it in high school.
He surely did, and as a matter of fact, they timed that with their motion, and I think now he's responsible that that's illegal now in the state of Illinois in high school football.
Penalty situation, 85
penalties
for Augustana, right? 11 penalties for 85 yards. Draw play. Bednar hands it off. Central not fooled at all. They'll stop it for a loss.
Well, 38 was in there right now. Jeff Blythe's defensive end, along with his teammates. Didn't fool anybody there.
Mark Canuck also in on the stop, and Central not fooled with the draw play. One thing in Augustana's favor, though, the clock continues to tick away with the running play. It'll be 3rd and long, but only 4 minutes, 25 seconds remaining. 3rd and 21 for Augustana, and I don't imagine they'll put it up here either. They'll just grind it out on the ground and let that clock continue to roll.
I'll tell you what, I don't think they would put it up either, but this is just the time the coach might let him do it. His quarterback wants him to get the experience, boom, but he didn't. He ran the dive, and look out.
Price shakes one tackler, finally slips down after getting into Central territory. He'll still be short of the first down, but a bit of nifty running that time by Brad Price. Finally lost his footing, but a nice run and getting some of that yardage back.
They run that dive play, just a simple dive play, but you know, those backs, they run that as well as anybody. I got to congratulate those backs. Not only do they run well, those little suckers block. They're asked to come inside and block the linebackers and block down people. They do a great job for that fullback.
Price has gained 70 yards today, and Nelson's over 150. Pretty potent combination for the Augustana Vikings. One of the reasons they're ahead by that 21-6 count. This is fourth down, and delay of game penalty coming up here. They just let the clock run, take the 5-yard penalty with 3:16 on the clock, and now they'll punt it away. Augustana on the verge of becoming the first team to ever win Division III national titles 2 times in succession. They have
delay of game on the offense, fourth down.
That's the call by the official. Augustana has the best record in all of college football, all divisions, since 1981. Since 81, they've won 43, they've lost 2.
This has been Central's best play. The rush against the punt, they're going to come at it again.
They blocked one today, and they also have shaken the punter Leighton on a couple of occasions. Almost blocked another one. They got it off in good fashion. Taken by Clayberg. Clayberg gets away from one man, trying to get to the outside. He's at the 30, the 35, and out of bounds.
Well, they rushed everybody. There's a young man, didn't have anybody blocking for him. Just an outstanding return.
Clayberg on his own with one of those good punt returns for which he is known. We've got a timeout. The score, Augustana 21, Central of Iowa 6.
United Airlines is the largest airline in the free world with over 235 daily flights out of our Chicago hub. MVA is United's partner in travel, providing frequent service and convenient connections from all the Midwestern cities we serve. Your reservation or travel agent can get you where you're going for less with MVA and United's low joint fares. United and Mississippi Valley Airlines, we're partners in travel.
A little of this, touch of that.
None of that. Lots of this. Some more of this?
At Duff's Smorgasbord restaurants, you choose just what you want and how much you want. If you don't get it right the first time, go back for seconds. No matter what or how much you choose, you always pay the same affordable price.
Lots and lots of this.
Not so much of that.
Duff's Smorgasbord restaurant.
You've never had so many choices.
For so little.
It'll be Central's ball, and they'll try one last gasp here to get some points on the board. They've been held to 2 field goals today, 2 field goals in the first half. And Augustana with a 21-6 lead and only 3:05 to play. Pat Dale is the quarterback. He's sprinting out to his right. Looks downfield, fires complete. Just about at the first down marker, it was Schulte on the reception.
They lined up in a single-back offense with trips to the wide side of the field. He just rolled out to that side and ran the curl pattern. It was a good throw and a good catch.
Schulte came up about a yard short of the first down, I believe. This isolate on Schulte as he heads downfield. Well, that's Schulte right there.
Yeah, 80's running the out and up. You'll see the curl underneath right there.
There's Schulte, 14, with the reception. What's happening? The officials are having a conference. They've come to the sideline to inform the coaches if something has taken place. I'm not sure what it was.
I'm not either.
The ball is marked about a yard short of the first down.
I really helped you out on that one.
So it would be a 2nd and 1 if they mark it where Schulte received it. Well, we'll have a chance here to thank our championship media coordinator, Tucker DeEduardo, athletic director Ron Skipper, who's also the head coach at Central, Sports Information Director Larry Happel and his staff. From Augustana, Athletic Director John Farewell. Head football coach Bob Reed and his staff. Sports Information Director Dave Rath. Hall of Fame General Manager Don Schumacher. And Media Director Harry Pitus. I'd like to thank all those folks for making our stay here a pleasant one and for putting on a fine football game. They gave a first down up to midfield, and Dale, not finding anyone to throw it to, keeps it, cuts upfield, and gains about 6 yards.
Went to the same formation, trips to the wide side. Looks like they're going to go with a hurry-up offense.
No huddle as Central lines up again, clock ticking away at 2.5 minutes. Dale, the quarterback, only one setback behind him as he has 3 wide receivers on the right side. 2 wide receivers and a tight end, to be more specific. Dale gets away from one man at the line of scrimmage. Again, he cuts it up. He's going to be up right close to a first down, but from the Central point of view, not a good play because he stays in bounds and the clock continues to run.
Yeah, that's exactly right. If they're going to have any chance at all, they're going to have to throw that ball upfield.
There's a timeout on the field.
And now Central has one less timeout. They have only 2. They've just taken one with 2 minutes, 2 seconds showing on the clock. That's the situation, 2:02 to play, and a 21-6 Augustana lead.
Their only hope now is to just try to throw that football down the field because Augustana would be satisfied to just let them run.
Well, it's been all Augustana today, both offensively and defensively. They have been very impressive against an unbeaten Central team that has come in with a 17-game winning streak and will lose today, but not without having an excellent season. Well, the executive producer of this NCAA Productions telecast has been Kathy Bennett. Cheryl Levick, broadcast associate. Our producer, Rick Baker, and our director, Lou Rainoni. Technical director, Ron Whitaker. Electronic graphics by Roy Alfers. Assistant director, Dean Rainoni today. And you'll see the credits from all the folks that made our telecast possible. Division III football. These are the true student athletes playing for the love of the game. No athletic scholarships, but a lot of good football talent as you've seen displayed on the field today. 3rd and 1 for Central. They just took the timeout.
Oh, got to sneak. That fooled him.
Sneak for the first down. Clock will stop while they reset the chains. And in the meantime, Central lines up and is ready to go again. So they popped up for the first down. Get the clock stopped to reset the chains. They won't lose any time, and they're ready to go with their next play. We got wide receivers, 3 of them to the left side this time. The quarterback is Pat Dale. Calls his signals, takes the snap, 2 steps back, try to do a little quick look-in pass, but it's knocked away at the line of scrimmage, deflected in there, and it goes incomplete. Tried to do a little look-in to Tom McDonald.
It's hard now because the linebackers are playing a little loose because they know they have to pass. You know, it looked like it was going to be open, but you can't throw through anybody. You have to throw over them.
Clock stopped on the incomplete pass with 1:49 to play. Second down, 10 yards to go from the 37 of Augustana. Motion to the left. Dale pass, looking in the end zone for a touchdown. Schulte takes the reception and goes in for the first Central touchdown of the day.
Great catch by Schulte. Well, it's the type of thing they tried to do earlier that was just a little bit underthrown.
Matt Schulte, who removes the right shoe because he's going to have to kick the extra point, but he goes in for the touchdown. Matt Schulte gets the first Central touchdown of the afternoon. It comes with 1:43 to play. I'm surprised they're going to kick. I thought they might go for 2 here.
I thought they might as well, but...
Well, maybe they will yet. There's Schulte with the touchdown on the reception from Pat Dale.
A point and and then a touchdown and go for 2. They're going for it now.
They are going to go for the 2-point conversion. Dale again is your quarterback. Dale back to pass, rolls to his right, in trouble, and taken down. So the try for the 2-point conversion fails.
That was a big play. If they could have gotten the 2 and got the onside kick and got the ball back, we'd have been very, very excited at the finish.
Well, we'll still expect the onside kick as the score now goes to 21-12. Augustana still in command with 1:43 to play.
one of the few mistakes that Augustana's made today on defense.
Matt Schulte gathered it in for the touchdown. And now Schulte will kick off and to see if they attempt the onside kick.
I'm sure they will. This Augustana team, they're fighters. They came here to win. They've got to have the football to win. I'm sure they will.
Coach Bob Reed had his entire kick receiving team huddled around him there on the sideline, no doubt preparing them for the onside kick. To see if he gets some of his good hands people up front to try to fall on the ball in case it comes their way.
Those guys up front look too husky for good hands, people.
There's the scoring drive for Central College. 66 yards on 5 plays, primarily through the air, with Schulte taking the reception for Dale for a 37-yard score. 21-12 now the count. Only a minute 43 remaining. Schulte will try to nudge it. The ball has to travel 10 yards. Hasn't traveled 10, and Augustana falls on it before it can.
They did a good job of covering it.
Down at the 47-yard line, covered there by Augustana.
Steve Sanders fell on the ball for the Vikings. Sanders, a 6'4", 220-pound defensive tackle, but had the presence of mind to fall on it. It did not travel 10 yards anyway.
These big guys from Augustana fall on it. They covered pretty well.
How does Augustana's line compare with most Division III schools? Considerably larger?
I think, yeah, they're bigger than most schools, without a doubt, inside, both on offense and defense.
Bednar is the quarterback. They'll try to kill the clock here now. Central with 2 timeouts remaining. Bednar gives to Nelson. Nelson right to the center of the line, wrestled down right in the middle of the mud puddle after a gain of a yard or so.
Central went into what we call a double eagle defense. They put their tackles down in over the guards and moved their linebackers out.
Second down 9.
Dean Chapman made the tackle for the Flying Dutchman. Gain of a little less than a yard on the play. 2nd and 9. We'll call it for Augustana. Augustana, famous for one of its former quarterbacks, Ken Anderson. He's been one of the finest quarterbacks in the NFL for years with the Cincinnati Bengals. Central also had a pro football player, Vernon Herder, is a Central graduate. He played for the Miami Dolphins a few years ago. Again, it's Nelson on the carry and grinds his way forward, and Central will take a timeout here to stop the clock. Only 50 seconds remaining as Central stops it, as Nelson was able to gain a couple of yards. They marked the ball right on the 45-yard line of Central. It'll be a 3rd down play, but more importantly, only 50 seconds remaining, and the Augustana fans already celebrating.
You know, Augustana has done what they do the best. That's just control the football, and of course their defensive team has been rated nationally, and they really deserve to win the football game. But I can't get over how well Central, you know, has played and hung in there and had an opportunity to win. And I looked back earlier, when was it, in the 3rd quarter, where their tight end maybe stepped out of bounds by an inch or so. Would have taken that ball down to about the 10-yard line. That was a big, big play.
Dave, why has Augustana been so dominant the last few years? Why have they been able to attract the good quality Division III players, and why have they been so successful?
Well, you know, I think the same reason maybe we were successful at Wittenberg or our school. I don't think there are any cute answers to it. I think, number one, young men go to Augustana because it's a very fine institution. They go there to get a solid education, but at the same time, they love to play, and they want to play in a good program, and that's a challenge to them, and I think that's the answer.
It's interesting to look at the rosters of both of these teams, primarily homegrown. Most of the Augustana players from Illinois, most of the Central players from Iowa. This is Price, who fights his way for some tough yardage and stays in bounds to keep the clock running, and Central will have to spend its last timeout to stop it with 39 seconds remaining.
I think the hit was made by Dean Chapman.
Chapman sort of limping a little bit as he comes back across the field. That's the College Football Hall of Fame on the right of your picture, and Galbraith Field just adjacent, which has been the home the last couple of years of this Division III national title game.
I said earlier,
the Eiffel Tower from Kings Island in the distance.
Yeah, how about that? The Big Red, they're not going to quit, and they're not quitting. They're just out there. They're going to play it right down to the hilt, although they know it's over with.
both of these teams would appear to have some good players returning to and figure to be forces to be reckoned with in the years to come. They wound up 1-2 in the rankings this year and likely to be right back at the top again next year.
I hate to tell my coaches, fellow coaches that are still coaching, there are a lot of underclassmen on both those football teams.
The trophy presentation will be made a little later this afternoon, and they have it on the steps of the College Football Hall of Fame. They'll present the trophy to Coach Bob Reed and his Augustana Vikings shortly after the conclusion of the game. But it's interesting that they go next door, the fans gather around, and on the steps of the College Football Hall of Fame, they present the national trophy for Division III. Fourth down play here for Augustana. Central has used its last timeout. Give it to Nelson. Nelson fighting as he always does for tough yardage right in the center of the line, and they'll fail to pick up the first down. The ball will go over to Central. It'll be at about the Central 40-yard line.
First down ball will go over to Central College.
So Central takes over. They scored their first touchdown of the day on their last possession. A 33-yard pass from Pat Dale to Matt Schulte. And on the change of possession, the clock stops, so Ron Skipper's team will huddle it up, call their play, and in fact will call several plays in the huddle with only 35 seconds remaining. That's the score, 21-12. Augustana on the verge of becoming the first team to ever win back-to-back Division III championships. We said they had the best record in all of football, all divisions, since 1981. They're going to be 44-2 in another 30 seconds or so. Here's Dale fading back to pass, overthrows and intercepted. Intercepted by Singbush, I believe it is, back in the defensive coverage.
He's amazing.
Well, Singbush has caught him for both teams today, hasn't he?
He has. He's amazing. He's all over the field.
Singbush is normally a tight end and has 3 receptions this afternoon. And that's his first reception from the Central quarterback as he comes up with the interception as Dale badly overthrew his receiver. And Augustana again takes over, and they'll just run out the clock now. Central has no further timeouts, and Augustana can just count the seconds off on the way to another national championship.
A lot of new shirts in there now. And some of their kids have an opportunity to play in the national championship game. That's great. That's just kind of person Skip is.
Well, it's been a decisive victory for Augustana, I think, but Central with nothing to be ashamed of. It'll not be too long a ride back to Iowa because they've had an outstanding season. They'll close with 11-1 as Augustana will go 12-0 and record their 24th consecutive victory. Coach Reed on the field as the clock ticks down. Now only down to 5 seconds, and the celebration has begun. Congratulations between the two teams, shaking each other's hand after a fine Division III championship game. The clock is run out, and the title is Augustana's. The end of the football game with Augustana a winner. The final score, Augustana 21, Central of Iowa 12. So Augustana College, with an enrollment of 2,200 in Rock Island, Illinois, for the second consecutive year, wins the national championship. Ron Skipper, the Central coach, in the middle of the players there. You see the crowd on the field here at the College Football Hall of Fame. The Augustana and Central fans mingling with the players. And perhaps this is what Division III is all about, Dave, as the players congratulating each other and visiting after the game. There are no athletic scholarships. It's playing for the love of the game. And right now, the two teams congratulating each other after a 21-12 Augustana win. That's the end of the game. We'll be back for some post-game comments in just a moment.
Where there's smoke, there's a need for John Deere Insurance. Homeowners Classic. Deere Homeowners Classic covers the replacement cost of your house and the contents that make it your home. Homeowners Classic includes freezer coverage and can insure your most valuable possessions. Depending on the options you choose, Homeowners Classic covers most everything, even the kitchen sink. Homeowners Classic, from the Deere family to yours, our good name is the best insurance you can buy.
A little of this, touch of that.
None of that. Lots of this. Some more of this?
At Duff's Smorgasbord Restaurants, you choose just what you want and how much you want. If you don't get it right the first time, go back for seconds. No matter what or how much you choose, you always pay the same affordable price.
Lots and lots of this.
Not so much of that.
Duff's Smorgasbord Restaurants.
You've never had so many choices.
For so little.
Field in celebration of their second consecutive national championship, beating Central of Iowa 21-12 in the Amos Alonzo Stagg Bowl this afternoon. Dave Maurer was a decisive Augustana victory. No question they were the superior team. Central hung in there, but it was Augustana's game almost from the outset.
I don't think there's any question about that. I think they came here with the thought in mind, and they did it. They were the superior team, but I have to take my hat off to their opponents. Central just fought to the final whistle. Great schools, great teams, great coaches. I thought it was just a fine game.
All right, that's it. The Amos Alonzo Stagg Bowl from Galbraith Field at the College Football Hall of Fame in Kings Mills, Ohio. Congratulations to Coach Bob Reed and his Augustana Vikings, national champions again this year in the NCAA Division III. So for Dave Maurer, this is Tom Hammond saying so long from Galbraith Field. Final score again, Augustana 21, Central of Iowa 12. This has been an NCAA Productions telecast.